Broadcasting live. It's America's longest running talk show on computers. It's Computer America, bringing you the biggest names in technology with guest interviews, new products, and your emails. Listen live at computeramerica.com on any device around the world. Email the show at live@computeramerica.com or find us on social media. Be sure to check out our website for contests, giveaways, show notes, live video stream, podcasts, and more. You're listening to Computer America.
Hello and welcome everyone into the Computer America Show. We of course are going to be recording a number of these here shortly, but everyone, welcome into the program. We have a very special segment for you where this is our CES 2022 coverage, and we are of course going to have on a bunch of different companies, and I'm happy to have on one in particular here, and this is going to be a company called Homey. We of course have the co-founder of the company here with us to talk all about smart home hubs. If you don't know what that is, well, I'm sure you may notice everything in your house talks, but hey, not always does it talk with each other, and that's where something like Homey would really come in handy. So joining us today is Stefan Witkamp. He is the co-founder once again of Homey, Homey, and Stefan, welcome on to Computer America. How you doing?
Thank you. Thanks. I'm doing great.
Yeah, perfect. And of course, I have to start out with CES. This is a very different CES. I know that you're there in person, but how is the event going for you so far?
It is. Well, this is, of course, the pre-days because the show officially starts on Wednesday. So right now we're preparing. We set up our booth, and it's going to look like a very different show. We had a lot of in-person meetings planned originally. But of course, when we came closer to the show with the current situation, most of them have been put online or in the weeks after. We decided still to come because we already committed to that, and it was possible. But it's going to be quiet, that's for sure. At least, especially compared with previous editions.
Yeah, and that's what we've been kind of seeing, that even a lot of companies that promised to be out there would of course be kind of virtual instead or things like that. But I'm happy that you're able to make it out there. I know that to a lot of companies, CES is a very, very big deal, and and of course, anyone out there watching the video portion, you can see the product right there. We're going to get a good idea of what you're launching out at CES. So I think a good place to start, Stefan, would be talk about the product that you're launching, because I know that you have the Homey and I believe the Homey Pro as well. What is the Homey? What is the point of this product?
Yeah, so Homey Pro is basically our more older current product that we currently build in and feature in Europe. So we've been building smart home hubs and products for 7.5 years now, originally from Kickstarter, but grown out to the entire European retail channel, basically. And what Homey does is, like you said in the beginning, unify your smart home. So it talks a bunch of different languages. There's a lot of antennas in the hardware product itself that makes it talk to Zigbee, Z-Wave, RF, infrared devices, and it combines them all into one app. Obviously, also, smart cloud-connected devices that have their own app. And it gives you the benefits of having all your devices in a single app with you, and therefore also opportunities to start automating, to start let these devices really talk to each other, and let a sensor trigger light bulbs, or let your presence trigger a bunch of things at the same time. So we've been doing that for quite a while. And that is Homey Pro. And what we've recently, and what we're here at CES to announce, and which will launch in retail in February, also in the US, is our new hardware product, which is called Homey Bridge, and also the fact that Homey can be used app only. That is here, for the people looking, it's in the beta section of our website.
Gotcha.
And that's indeed called Homey. You can discover Homey, and then also below discover Homey Bridge. And what we've basically been doing is the software that was running on that smart home hub, Homey Pro, that we had. We put that in the cloud so that you can use Homey as an app-only solution. So if you have products that are already cloud connected, like you would have Philips Hue bulbs that are already connected via their own bridge, or you would have a Sonos, for instance, you can just use the Homey app already to start automating, and you do not need to buy a hub. Just for your information, Homey Pro in Europe retails for $399. So that is a relatively expensive product. And what we've done is basically take that logic to the cloud, make sure that you can use it app only. And if you want that local wireless technology, so if you want Zigbee or Z-Wave or infrared connectivity in your home, you can still buy a piece of hardware, a new piece of hardware, Homey Bridge, and that lets you talk with all these languages and basically bridges these local connectivity options to the app only Homey running in the cloud.
Right.
And Homey Bridge will retail for just $69, by the way. So that is also a huge price difference because it doesn't need all the local processing power that Homey Pro did. We've been able to make it $69 instead of $399 for the Pro.
You are definitely hitting a different price point between $70 and $400, and then of course you have, a small monthly subscription. $3 is really not that much. But my first question to you is, I mean, you came up with the Homey Pro that does its job. Now you have the Bridge and of course the app. Why do you think companies aren't making it a priority for just everything to talk to each other? Like, clearly you're solving a need in the market that a lot of people are experiencing. Why do you think you have to come in and do it better than what hardware companies are doing themselves?
Well, that's of course an interesting question, and I think it's twofold. First, it's really a hard job of getting everything to work together. So you really need to focus and invest on that. We've been doing that for 7.5 years, with dozens of engineers working on that and progressing that. And it's not just that. Our platform is open, so Homey apps, we call them, plugins basically are made by a lot of external developers also to make sure that devices work. So it's not easy for a single manufacturer to simply start supporting, the thousands of other brands and devices out there. And it's also, of course, a question of, what's in it for them, because sometimes also those companies like to have some sort of barrier, some sort of lock-in, basically, so that you would more easily buy new stuff from them instead of from alternatives. So it really is it's a dual thing here. But I think the most important thing is you really need to have a focus on this to have a good user experience that is generic, but at the same time supports so many different devices and actually build those integrations. And that's what we've been doing. You already, by the way, mentioned that they're in our new model with Homey Bridge and the app only solution, there is a monthly fee of $299 a month. I just want to add that is indeed for Homey Premium, we call it. It's just if you get past 5 devices. So up until 5 devices, it's always free. You can always use Homey for free in the app or with Homey Bridge if you want to have some Zigbee bulbs or Z-Wave sensors connected. But when you get past 5, only then you need a subscription.
Right. And I will say personally that it's not hard to get past 5, but you can at least go out there, try it yourself and see how it works and how it can, kind of improve you controlling your entire home.
And if you have a basic setup, then you will know that you do not need to start paying after a month or so.
Right.
So you can always, start out and you only have to pay if you like it. Because then, indeed, if you like it and you really start using it actively, then it's not hard to get past 5. No. But then at least you know that at least you know that you like the software, right? This is a main reason for us to build it this way, because all the logic and all the functionality run on the hub itself. You really needed to purchase that $399 hub before you could even log into the app. Right, so you couldn't even experience it before you made quite a commitment monetarily, and now you can download the app for free, start using it for free. Know that your basic setup will always be free, and only if you think, okay, this is something for me. This is, I like the way this is working, and we know you will because people love our app, and also the way you make automations with flows. It really, I think we really found a sweet spot there that combines versatility, that you really have a lot of options to automate everything with ease of use, so that my girlfriend's also just able to make those automation flows herself, and she's not a programmer or anything like that.
Right. Yeah. The programming seemed fairly simple, and once you kind of know the basics, you could really start to customize and automate things. And I definitely like the community aspect as well. So you can kind of pick what other people are doing, and like, oh, I would like to try that as well. I got to say real quick that when we've been looking at these products, of course the Homey Pro looks really, really clean and slick, and of course the Bridge has a lot of those same elements. Talk about kind of the design and what you were kind of aiming for for? Because it's a bit Apple-like, but of course the rainbow RGB is very cool too.
Yeah, so we really wanted it to stand out a little bit because smart home hubs and bridges, they're usually very boring. We didn't want to make a boring one because we are basically the only one that also include infrared in our hub, right? So for your TV, for your stereo, for whatever. So you would put it in your living room if you want to use that feature because unlike radio waves, infrared just doesn't pass walls. So it's basically a twofold. So it needs to look good enough to be put in your living room, and at the same time, if we were doing that already, we wanted it to stand out a bit and to really make something beautiful that would fit beautifully into an environment and not just be there because it had to be. So there went a lot of thought into that design aspect. The original Homey and Homey Pro, they have the signature RGB ring. This was designed like 5 or 7 years ago. And we really liked it because it stood out and it was different. And of course, when we designed the new Homey Bridge, the form factor is a little bit different, but we kept the circular shape. We kept the RGB ring because it became some sort of signature for us. Also, of course, for our install base. I mean, we haven't brought this to the US, but in Europe, it's already. Homey is a very well-known name and brand that is basically leading into unifying smart home. So we wanted to keep those signature things so people would recognize it as being Homey, and because we personally believe it's it adds a little bit that's cool. If you don't like it, by the way, you can turn it off. So you can just in the settings turn off the LED ring, but we believe it's way more beautiful if you keep it on.
I definitely agree with you. So 2 more topics and then I'll let you go because I know that this is going to be kind of a busy time. The first one was this idea of an always up internet, because it seems like this thing broadcasts its own signal. It receives other signals. Even if your internet connection goes down, it's still connected to some kind of local area network. And if you have like a network attached storage drive with movies, music, games, whatever, that's a feature that I feel like a lot of people might be missing out on, because right now, if your internet goes out, you're back in the 1900s. It's a scary time to have no internet, but you seem to fix that with the Homey Pro in particular.
Yeah, so that is what Homey Pro does, but that is our at the moment EU Europe only product. Mm-hmm. So for Homey Bridge, that is not the case. So you would need an internet connection for your home automations to be there, because we needed to get all this logic and this basically intelligence to the whole operating system of your smart home. It needed to be in the cloud, because if we didn't, we would never be able to provide these 5-6 different wireless technologies for just $69.
Gotcha, and of course,
and also the app only solution.
And of course,
the app only solution.
Yep. Sorry to keep cutting you off there, but I just want to say real quick that, tons of different apps, everything from Twitter to Hue to, really all the biggest names out there in home automation, everything from smoke detectors to water filters, all that good stuff. The last point I'll kind of bring up, because I saw you mention it on your site, how do you handle safety and data retention policy and stuff like that?
Yeah, so this is a really, really important thing for us. And that's also why we really believe in making a product that, people love and are willing to pay for. We believe in building a good product with a fair price. So, we don't do data profiling. Of course, Homey stores some data because you can have insights into your own home, and you can use that data for your own good to save energy, or to know how your home is behaving, see how, the outside temperature compares to what your thermostat's doing and how much energy that might be costing you. But we're really focused on security and privacy. So we are really, a software development company first, putting a lot of effort into making sure it's secure. And we have bug bounty programs. Luckily, because, at the same time, we're a new product, especially for the US market, but we're also already mature because we've been around for 7.5 years. We've never really had security incidents. And as for privacy, we take that very seriously. Very European approach, maybe to say. So we don't do profiling. We are not an ad network. We don't resell that data, or we don't use it for anything else. And that's why, that's part of why you pay $2.99 a month if you're an active user of the new cloud-based system.
Right.
So that we are able to offer sustainable service and keep that updated and keep that also privacy aware and not have to either alter our business model later on, which you see sometimes with hubs and bridges suddenly announcing to have a subscription or whatever, or else everything stops working. So we didn't want to do that. We want to be very upfront about it. And we also don't want to make you the product. We believe in just having a fair product for a fair price. And for us, that is $2.99 per month for active users that have more than 5 devices connected, and $69 for very universal hardware.
Perfectly said. And I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up there. And, we're going to continue our CES coverage. But I want you to have the last word, Stefan. If people want to find out more information, where can they go?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, go to homey.app. So like you already spelled, it's HOMEY.app. And you'll find all the information. Right now, the site is still a little bit focused on Homey Pro because the new Homey and Homey Bridge are in beta. Like I said, we announced it here at CES. It will come to retail in February, so that's really soon. You can already sign up for the beta if you want to. You can already order Homey Bridge, and start playing around with it. But just know it's still in beta. But homey.app to find out everything. It's all on the website if you click through.
Perfect. And of course, we'll in the show notes for this show, we're going to have a link to that as well as on our homepage. We'll have it up there. And Stefan, thank you so much for joining us early. I know that CES is going to be in the next couple of days, but hey, I hope that you have a great event out there. It's I'm sure even with the smaller condensed CES that it's going to be, I mean, it's still 50,000 plus people, and you're going to have a lot of fun. So thank you for taking the time and joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and you too with your coverage of the event, man.
Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and disconnect. Have a great one. Thank you so much. Yeah. I'll email you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Sure. Bye.
Yeah, bye. All right, everyone. So there you go. That is, that's of course our first interview with Stefan and Homey and all that good stuff. If you want to find out more, computeramerica.com and of course homey.app. You can find that there. Until next time, everyone, have a great day. And we'll continue on here with more CES coverage with Computer America. Thank you so much.